So today is the first episode of Leahlations, and today we will be talking about the pain of being pretty. And if you guys see me looking down or to the side, I have my phone over here, a camera over here, so I'm going to be going back and forth. But anyways, we're talking about the pain of being pretty. And it sounds very paradoxical because it's like, how could you be in pain when you're pretty? Like, what's tea? It's not clicking for me. I'm gonna make it click for you. So I want us to start Leahlations. Y'all have been asking me for a while to do Leahlations, and I've just been like on the fence. I don't know. I just had to really hype myself up to do it. But I'm actually really excited to do Leahlations, and I feel like a lot of the girls have podcasts now, and it's like a norm to have a podcast now or whatever. But what I will say is I really sat and I thought about it, and I really feel like there is no... I had to take a sip. I feel like there's no podcast for girls and for women where we could just be girls and we could just be women. Like, it always got to be about a man. I'm tired of talking about men. Okay? I'm tired of talking about them. Like, let's talk about ourselves. Let's talk about our goals, our dreams, our ambitions. Let's talk about our likes, our dislikes, our interests, you know. I mean, we're going to talk about boys because it's just the fun thing to do, but we're going to keep it lighthearted, okay? Leahlations we're not feeding into the gender wars. I'm not having no conversations about no damn 50-50. And we not having conversations about would you date so-and-so and da-da-da-da-da if they worked on the railroad. I don't give a fuck, okay? At the end of the day, do what make you happy. We are here to revel in the fact that we are women and just enjoy it and all the things about being a girl, like these cute-ass pajamas and this cute headband and my makeup, and share our experiences in life with each other because we all have such unique experiences. So that is what I want Leahlations to be about. That is what Leahlations is going to be about. I won't be debating with anyone. I won't be arguing with anyone, especially men, okay? Anything that I say is not up for debate. It just is what it is. I just want to share my experiences, share my thoughts, share my perspective, and hopefully that'll inspire and educate all of the women and the girls listening. Okay, so I wanted to start it off with a little quote because I'm well prepared for this, okay? I obviously have my own experience with the pain of being pretty because I am what society deems as beautiful and pretty and gorgeous. Just saying. So I have my own experience, but I wanted to get some other perspectives in there and do some other research as well. So I did some research, and I have a lot of notes, but we're going to get into it. So the quote is, "It must be hard when you're a beautiful woman and no one will look at your soul." And the guy that said that, his name is John Geddes. I think that's how you pronounce his last name. But I just found so much meaning in that quote because it's so true for so many reasons. And we're going to get into those reasons. If you yourself are one of the girls who happen to be deemed as beautiful or gorgeous or pretty in society's eyes, okay, in society's eyes, don't get in here getting butt hurt. Okay, we're not going to do that. But if you happen to be, deemed as that in society's eyes, then you know what I'm talking about. I want to first pose a question because even if you're feeling like you can't relate, or if you feel like you're not the prettiest or the most attractive, I promise you in some way you can relate, because I'm pretty sure everyone has, or all of the girls in here at least, someone has maybe told you, you think you're too good for this, or you think you're too good for me, or they called you stuck up and you're not even doing anything. You're just being yourself. You're literally not provoking anybody. They're just calling you stuck up. They're just telling you you think you're too good. And also, I'm pretty sure every woman has been friends with a guy, and, you know, you think you have a real friendship with this guy, that this your bro. You know, bros dap you up. And then you find out that he really trying to get with you. You know, like, he just masquerading as your friend. He really want to be with you for real. Hold on, y'all. Let me make sure I'm just still recording this audio. Okay, yes. So then you find out that dude really want to be with you. Or if he had the opportunity, he will fuck. I'm sorry. Let's just keep it frank. I'm cussing on this podcast. But you find out that he really wants to be with you. I know every woman has experienced that. I know every woman has experienced that shit. And it is honestly so fucking annoying. But we're going to get into that. Also, I don't know if every woman has experienced this. I have plenty of times myself. I'm damn near traumatized. Have you experienced having a girlfriend who has subliminally tried to humble you? Or a girlfriend who has slowly, as time goes on, slowly started to become you? It gets scary. It gets scary. It gets really scary. And they don't talk about this side of pretty privilege. They don't talk about this side. They just talk about the free shit. Oh, everybody want to be with you. Everybody like you. They don't talk about this side. But I'm pretty sure y'all have experienced that too. And another one that I'm pretty sure every woman has experienced, period. Have you purposely avoided an environment or eye contact with men just to avoid getting hit on? Or to avoid being like, you know, they'll just hit on you too much. They'll just hit on you too damn much. And it's overwhelming because it's like, I'm just trying to get my damn gas, or I'm just trying to get my groceries. Back the hell up. Okay, like, this ain't even that right now. So I know we've all experienced that. I've definitely gone out myself. Just went to Target today. I'm not trying to make eye contact with no man because I don't want him looking at me to just end up trying to flirt with me. And then trying to get my number, telling me to smile, and then they compliment you and they don't know how to leave it at a compliment. Then they trying to, you know, it just gets crazy. So everybody should be able to relate to this topic today, because I know that each of you have felt that in some level or capacity. I know you have. Some more than others, I will say that, but you'll take something from this today. That is for sure. Okay, let me take a little sip, because we're about to get into it. Hold on, let me take one more, child. I feel like after doing my research and after analyzing my own experience, I feel like the pain of being pretty can be broken down into, I know that's right, Kelly. I know that's right, girl. Anyways, I feel like the pain of being pretty can be broken down into 3 main problems. And then there are other problems that stem from those things. But we're going to start with this one, which I think can be damn near the most detrimental. And that's the objectification. With being pretty or being seen as pretty, what is being pretty? Good question. When I say being pretty, I'm not defining it. I'm saying in accordance to society standards. So being deemed as pretty, beautiful, gorgeous, or whatever as society, that's what I mean. Or by society, that's what I mean. So the objectification that comes with that, being seen as beautiful and being seen as pretty, it can be detrimental, because it's like, at the end of the day, even though I'm beautiful, even though I'm pretty, even though you're beautiful, you're pretty, whatever, you're still a human. And humans have feelings. Humans have thoughts. Humans have a soul. And a lot of times with people that fit the bill as pretty in society, people don't really give you the luxury of being human. They just see you as like a pretty shiny object that they want to obtain or possess or be close to for their own benefit. So one of the main things that's the problem with that is you can never really tell or truly know if someone likes you for you, or likes you for your beauty, or likes you for the status that they can get from being in close proximity to your beauty. You really never truly know what it is. And it's honestly exhausting because it's almost like you have to constantly have your guard up, because you never really know why people are around you, and you never really know why people want to be around you or be in a friendship with you or be in a relationship with you. It just takes time. Like, it would take a lot of time to know that. I feel like that's when relationships and friendships have to stand the test of time, because that's how you know if they're using you for those superficial reasons or not. And also, when you are deemed as pretty or beautiful, gorgeous, whatever in society's eyes, people don't really take the time to look below the surface and get to know you. They just pick you or want to get to know you or whatever because of the external. That's why they pick you, not because you're interesting, not because you're intelligent, not because you're funny, not because, I don't know, all of these other reasons. They pick you because you're beautiful and not like the real, for the aesthetics. Exactly. They pick you for the aesthetic. And you know, everybody is obsessed with a damn aesthetic these days. That's going to be a whole nother episode. That's going to be a whole nother episode. But they don't really try to get to know, or they don't pick you because of your character, the depth of your character. They don't pick you because of your soul, because of your personality. It's all surface level, and that comes with them objectifying you, and that's part of the pain of being pretty. Also, men either, well, yes, men, hi, Anaya. Yes, and compare you to other people. Oh, my God. Yes. Oh, my God. Release us from the shackles. Release us from the shackles of comparison. I hate that shit. I hate that. You done struck a nerve in me, because I hate that so damn bad. But anyways, I digress before I get riled up. I digress. But with being objectified, men view you as an object, and women with self-esteem issues view you as a threat. I'm sorry that I have to say it, but I have to say it because a lot of people don't want to say it, because everybody want to be pretty, everybody want to be beautiful until they get to this side of the tracks, and they're like, hold the fuck up. This shit ain't as cracked up as I thought it was. Like, this ain't really it for real. This ain't it. But men will objectify you and view you as an object, and women with self-esteem issues, key word, with self-esteem issues, will view you as a threat. Women without those issues, you're just another woman. You know, it's real connection. But in today's society, self-esteem issues and self-depreciating content and just all of that is such a norm. It's actually disgusting. I feel like you become an punching bag for insecure people, because they don't think, they see, a lot of times people assume that because you're beautiful or that because you are pretty that you don't have any problems, that you may not have your own hardships, your own mental burdens, and your own mental challenges. So they envy you for that. They envy you for the pedestal that they put you on, that you never asked to be on in the first place. And it's actually very sad. It's very sad because, like I said, you never asked to be put on that pedestal, and they put you on there, and then they try to tear you down from it. when you never even asked to be on there. It's actually sick. It's actually ridiculous. It's crazy. This has got to be like a disease. Now that I'm thinking, this has got to be a disease. But anyways, let me keep going. So another thing with the objectification is you're constantly harassed, and I feel like, okay, let me say this. I feel like, especially in today's social climate with a certain genre of people, I feel like it's the thing to do things for male validation and for male attention, and that's what society pushes you to want and to seek. But when you get an influx of male attention, it's actually not that great. Actually, it's really not that great. Constantly being approached and harassed and asked out by guys is cool, but it gets overwhelming. I'm not gonna lie to you. It gets overwhelming, and I'm being serious. Please don't judge this. I'm being so serious. But I actually have a story for that. I actually work out often. And, oh, yes, we're going to get into that, Shan. We're definitely going to get into that. And a lot of girls that I know that are gym girls, you go to the gym, it's predominantly males and things like that. But when I went to the gym, I was being pursued. It got to a point where I was being pursued by so many people in the gym that it became uncomfortable for me to go, like, during peak hours. I would purposely, like, schedule out the time I go to the gym to avoid just all of that influx of attention, because I'm literally just trying to exist, trying to get my workout on. Like, I'm not really in the mood to be doing my exercises while someone is fawning over me. Oh my God, y'all. It was this one time I was at the gym. It was so disgusting. It was this one time I was at the gym and I was doing hip thrusts, and there was this guy that came in. He was like a little leprechaun. Oh my God. It was this guy that came in, and I don't have anything against the short kings, but I'm painting the picture for you. It was this guy that came in and I'm doing my hip thrust, and he literally is standing to the corner of me, gawking. Like, gawking, bitch. I'm not joking. And I literally look at him and I'm like, you're making me uncomfortable. I literally had to say it. I literally had to say, you're making me uncomfortable. And then he, like, sucked his teeth and moved away. But, like, what the fuck did you think that I was supposed to feel, like, I don't know, good about that? Like, that I was supposed to feel, I don't know. It was just so gross. And, it's just so gross because, oh my God, I'm finna throw up. Let me take a sip. It's so weird. It's so uncomfortable, but that is just an example of what I mean. Gawking means, like, just being, like, heavily entranced by someone and, like, their beauty or whatever. Like, I don't know, when guys go to the strip club and they looking at the women, that's, like, gawking at them. Like, they're like, that's gawking, basically. Staring, like, intensely. And, like, anyways. But with all of that, a problem that stems from the objectification is with the male friendships. And it's actually so bittersweet because it's like, you almost can't have a real guy friend unless he's gay. It's nearly impossible to have a real, true platonic friendship because it is almost always tainted with sexual interest. Almost always. I won't say it's all the way impossible because it's not. But it is nearly impossible because it is always tainted with sexual interest. You will think somebody is your friend for years. You will think a guy is your friend for years. A childhood friend is your friend for years. And when they get the opportunity, or when you're in a vulnerable state, or they just see a window of opportunity, they will go for the kill. They want to pursue you in that way. And it's honestly so sad, because it's like, damn, especially if y'all were friends for years, because it's like, damn, like, was all of this performative? Like, were you masquerading as a friend just so you could, potentially get to be with me? Yes, it's not all the time, but majority. Okay? Majority is the time. That's why I said it's not fully impossible. It's not fully impossible, but it's nearly impossible. And if you have a great male friendship where that's not even a factor, then thank God for that. And really, appreciate that friendship, because a lot of women, especially women that are viewed as beautiful and pretty, do not have access to that. At the end of everything, I'm going to answer y'all's questions. We're going to have like a little question and answer time. But right now, let me get through like the bulk of it, and then we're definitely going to get into that, because I know y'all have questions. I'm seeing them, but I just want to make sure I run through all of this. Now, with all of those problems, and with that problem, there are solutions, or there is a solution, I believe, or I feel. And I feel like the solution to dealing with the objectification that comes with pretty privilege, and the solution to dealing with not being able to really truly have platonic friendships based off of true friendship, just true friendship. The solution, in my opinion, is to develop strong discernment to know who's for you versus who's for your beauty, or the benefits of your beauty, because you never really know until you get in the know. You have to develop that discernment. You have to, experience a few people that are not really for you to know the difference between who is for you and who is not for you. And then also, I would say you need to cultivate enough self-awareness to know when you're objectifying yourself and seeing yourself through the male gaze and things like that, because it could become internal, because it's such a normal thing and such a normal experience when you have access to so much pretty privilege. Would you say that your reaction to men gawking at you is subjective, or your attraction towards them? No. No, because there were some tall and attractive ones too. I would still mind it. Yeah, no. It just still makes me uncomfortable. Not all the time, but in that situation, in that setting, yeah, no. Absolutely not. I don't care who it was. Now, problem number 2 that comes with pretty privilege and being, seen as pretty or whatever, is being constantly projected onto and stereotyped. And also the hindrance that it creates in developing intimacy in your romantic relationships, because that plays a part. Trust me, it plays a part. When you have pretty privilege, people put you on a pedestal that you never asked to be on. And then when you do something or act in a way that doesn't align with how high they view you in their mind, and doesn't align with that pedestal that they put you on, then they villainize you. And they villainize you just for being human. They villainize you just for being human. And just, doing regular things that they wouldn't villainize you for if they didn't put you on that high-ass pedestal just because you're pretty, or just because you're beautiful, or just because you're gorgeous, or whatever it is that you consider yourself. They wouldn't do that. And also, people tend to label you before they even get to know you, which is so damn annoying. okay? They associate your beauty with being unintelligent or being dumb, or they associate beauty with being overly materialistic or being a gold digger, or they associate your beauty with being evil. Especially, don't let you know that you're beautiful. Like, don't be aware of that. Because if you're aware of it and you play upon that, then you're fucking Cruella de Vil and they hate you and you're a threat to society. Like, don't let you know that you a bad bitch. They just want you to know if they tell you. But if you know just because you know, now it's a problem. Why is it a problem? It's honestly crazy. Just like you said, she said now all of a sudden you don't know anything, but the whole time you're low-key a genius. I feel like with pretty privilege, you often don't get acknowledgement for your other natural talents or your other accomplishments. They limit you and compartmentalize you and minimize you so that they can feel more comfortable about themselves. Because it's one thing to be beautiful, but you can't be beautiful and intelligent and successful. Now you're a threat to society, bitch. Now we gotta eradicate you. Now they want to tear you down. Now they want to tear you down because bitches is scared and niggas is insecure. Now it's getting crazy. Don't be all three and have a sense of humor. Don't be up here making bitches laugh. Don't be up here making nobody nigga kiki, because everybody's gonna have a problem around this bitch. Everybody gonna have a problem. Now you're a problem. You was already a problem, but now everybody is scared just because you are who you are. Now, when it comes to, when I said it hinders intimacy in romantic relationships, this is what I mean. Because dating and navigating relationships becomes harder when you are deemed as beautiful, pretty, whatever in society's eyes. And you would think it doesn't. But bitch, let me tell you. Okay? I am going to be the bearer of bad news. Don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. Like, it's still, there's so many pros. Like, just because I'm talking about the cons or the pain of pretty privilege, there's so many pros. So many pros. But you would think that navigating dating and relationships would be easier as a beautiful person. But it's actually harder because it goes like one of three ways. So there are the guys that objectify you and they want you and they pick you and they approach you because they want to use you as an accessory. They want to use you as a tool to climb the social ladder, to be seen as more attractive. They want your light, basically. And they want to be in close proximity to your beauty. Yes, they want you as arm candy. They got everything popping now because society told them they need this. Now they need a bad bitch. So, oh, you beautiful, let me grab you. I don't even care if you got a thought in your damn head. I want you. Like, that's how it goes. So there's those guys. And then I feel like also with having pretty privilege, there are also, you come across the guys that have their own, they may have their own insecurities, or they might just be intimidated by your beauty, or they may be intimidated by you being so close to the ideal that society has set when it comes to image and looks or whatever, that they are threatened and intimidated because they don't want to potentially face rejection if you don't accept them or don't want to entertain them or don't want to be with them or engage with them. So then there are those guys, and they might be great guys. I mean, hell, I don't know, but, you know, they're just intimidated. So they never, you know, make shit shake for real. Let's say you do get with a guy, and this is just an experience that you can have. This is not like it's going to go one of these three ways, but these are the most common that I have experienced as someone with pretty privilege, and that I know other girls with pretty privilege have experienced themselves. they could get with you, you know, you could get with the guy or whatever, and it becomes harder to really form a true intimate relationship, because it's like, because of the pretty privilege that you have and because of your access to being able to pick from so many men, from being able to have so many options, from the people at the top. I mean, of course you could choose people at the bottom, but why would you? But from people at the top, like, it could bring out, if the guy is not secure within himself, if he is not secure within himself, it can bring out his own insecurities and cause misunderstandings, cause mistrust, cause projection, him projecting his insecurities onto you. You could be the most loyal person in the world, whatever it is, it could still cause a hindrance in the intimacy of that relationship if he is not secure within himself. What I am saying is, when you have the options and your man or a man that you're dealing with know you got options, he feels that competition. Okay, Desiree. He feels that competition. And if he's not secure within himself, then it's going to make him insecure. Okay, so that's pretty much the second problem. Now, the biggest problem and the most bittersweet problem and the saddest problem that comes with pretty privilege is the issues it creates in female friendships and how it kind of forces you to, not forces you, but how it kind of makes you feel alone. Because of your beauty, women with low self-esteem can and they will envy you. They may start rumors about you, they may talk behind your back, or they may try to sabotage your opportunities. Like, you never really know. It gets crazy, bitch. Okay, it gets crazy. Pretty does hurt. Beyonce was not lying. She was not lying. And also, another thing that I found that I've personally experienced in the past, multiple times I've experienced this, they may, and I feel like this comes after a friendship has progressed, like not in the beginning stages, but I feel like they may try to subliminally or underhandedly humble you and knock you off the pedestal that society and they put you on so they can feel better about themselves. You know, the term misery loves company is basically that. Like, oh, like in their head, basically, I don't really know how this feels from the opposite end of the spectrum, but this is what I imagine is going on in their head, okay? This is what I imagine is going on in their head. Basically, they feel like, you know, they have a friend that is gorgeous and they see how much attention she gets. They see the things she gets. They are around her when all of this stuff is happening. And they may start to feel like they'll feel envious of it and internally resent it. So when they get the opportunity to cut you down, they will cut you down. And it's honestly crazy because you'll be like, damn, like, I thought you just wouldn't think that it would be that. But it's like, damn, you're acting like everybody else that tries to knock me or you off of a pedestal that you didn't even put yourself on. And yes, they perceive you as arrogant and full of yourself when that's never even the case, because you never even put yourself on that pedestal. It's like they did it to you. And when they get the opportunity, they try to cut you down. It's insane. Another thing that I found with female friendships, when you have a lot of pretty privilege, they put themselves in secret competition with you when it's never a fucking competition in the first fucking place. And I feel like a lot of the issues, well, pretty much all of the issues with female friendships and pretty privilege in the relationship with that stems from the fact that we live in a patriarchal society where they pin women against each other to compete for male attention. When really, if you make them a non-factor, there is no competition. Like, we don't need to be in competition. Because of that, and because of the competition that they put us in, even when it's not that, even when you're super genuine, even when you are putting everybody on, even when you're trying to see the best in everybody, even when you're not even being threatening at all, girls will still, in their own head, put themselves in competition with you just to feel better about themselves. And it's crazy. Also, bitch. Okay, now this is something, it is so blindsiding. It's so blindsiding because you'll think it's your bestie, bitch. You will think it is your best friend. Don't let y'all start as best friends when y'all both looking similar or whatever, and don't let one of y'all glow up, because then the other one gonna be trying to, girl, anyways, I'm not gonna get too deep. But I also feel like when it comes to having pretty privilege, if you are the beautiful friend, the gorgeous friend, whatever, and mind you, I'm saying that society is putting this label onto you. Not that you're thinking this or whatever. Society is putting this label onto you. People put this label onto you. Let's say you're that friend or whatever. I feel like girls and other women will use you and your beauty to get into close proximity with you, to climb the social ladder. And it's crazy because it's just fucking crazy. It's crazy. And don't let you get, we're talking about pretty privilege, but don't let you get some type of notoriety at all. Because then the shit just gets worse. It gets worse and shit get lonelier out here. Like, it's crazy. So they might use your beauty to climb the social ladder because they know that you can easily get into these rooms. They know that you easily have access to certain opportunities. They know that you get certain things easily, and they want that for themselves. So they will befriend you to get access into that, when really they're never your true friend to begin with. And it's honestly sick. It's sick. Okay, so yeah, like I was saying, we're put in a constant state of competition because of our position in patriarchal society. It's like every woman is told to seek male attention or male validation. So the girls who naturally get it, even if they don't want it, are seen as threats by the girls that have, and by the women that have low self-esteem. So it's like you really can't fucking win for losing when you are pretty, beautiful, gorgeous, whatever, in society's eyes. Because it's like, on one hand, you got 95% of men objectifying you, placing stereotypes onto you, projecting their insecurities onto you, seeing you as a shiny object that they want to obtain, wanting to use you as an accessory, wanting to get in between your legs, child. And then on the other side, you have women wanting to get close to you to climb the social ladder, wanting to get close to you to feel better about themselves, wanting to get close to you to learn how you doing, what you doing, how you got it, why you got it, how you so beautiful, your tips, tricks, all of that shit, just to end up cutting you down and try to surpass you because they're putting themselves in secret competition with you when it's really no competition. So it's actually very, very, very lonely to be one of those people that have the pleasure of having pretty privilege. And even with the female friendships, it's like they almost, sometimes, if they have no sense of self-identity and a low self-worth, they will try to become you. They will try to become you, bitch. There needs to be a horror movie about this shit because it's actually very scary. They will try to become you. And they will do everything you do and all of a sudden like everything you like, and all of a sudden want to go everywhere you be going, and all of a sudden they friends with your friends that you ain't even introduced them to, or when you're not around, and it just it's crazy. And they will try to steal your life. And I don't even think, you know what the crazy part is? I don't even think that they may know. I don't even know if they know that they're doing it, which is honestly the scariest part. We really need to rally them up and put them through some MRI scans or something, because we need to understand why this is happening. I'm very intrigued. You think they know? Y'all think they know? Maybe they do know. I don't know. But if they know and they acting like they don't know, now I'm terrified. I was already terrified, but now we need to call the FBI, because those are the only people. Fuck the FBI. We need the CIA. Those are the only people that could counteract some shit like this. I just say the solution to that is not only cultivating meaningful friendships and relationships, but also learning how to be your own best friend, learning how to be your own boyfriend or whatever. Oh, I can't wait for the topics we're going to get into as Leahlations progresses, because, girl, I got some shit to say. But learning how to be your own BFF, and learning how to be there for yourself, and learning how to be your own confidant, and learning how to be comfortable with you and truly love yourself in your own company. Because if you truly love yourself in your own company and you're secure in that and you rest in that, then you're not going to be fiending for outside friendships or relationships. Like, you're going to appreciate the ones you have and the ones that you come across and that grow into true friendships, but you're not going to be fiending for it. I feel like the girls be online fiending for the shit, like, oh, I just wish I had besties. Oh my gosh, I wish I had a group of friends this big. Oh my god, First of all, if you a pretty girl, if you have pretty privilege, if you gorgeous or whatever, you're not finna have a lot of friends. And if you have a lot of friends, they ain't your friends. Okay? 9 times out of 10, they're not your friends. And you rarely have real deep, intimate friendships. Rarely. It's levels. Like, you'll have a lot of associates. You'll have a few friends. But, like, true ride or dies, that is rare as a beautiful woman. It's just, it's sad, because it's like, damn, if I was average, I'd be treated like I'd be treated like a human instead of a doll that's just pretty to look at, that nobody tries to get to know, or that nobody goes out of their way to understand. We're just perceived as pretty people. We're not truly understood, because no one really makes the effort. People do. I'm not going to say no one ever, okay? But it's rare that someone truly makes the effort to really try to get to know you and understand you and understand the depth of your character and the depth of what makes up you and your personality and your likes and your dislikes and your interests and your passions and your dreams. Like, they just don't really, they just take you at face value. They just stay on the surface because they're just so captivated by your damn beauty, I guess, that they just don't even try to go deeper. And it's actually so sad, and it's actually so isolating, and it's such an alone experience. But it's oddly beneficial. It's such a double-edged sword. It's such a double-edged sword. I mean, damn. Because like I said, there are so many perks, but it's such a double-edged sword. It is. It really is. And then, you know, beauty fades. In society's eyes, beauty fades with age. So it's like, I mean, I'm not older. And I really want to talk to an older woman about this that was like a bad bitch or viewed as a bad bitch or whatever in her younger years, because it's like once you hit a certain age or you start aging, it's like they throw you the fuck off the pedestal, like in the trash. Bitch, you're trash now. And it's so sick. It's so sick, and it's so unfair because it's like they put you on this pedestal that you never even asked to be on, and then it's like as you get older, like a human does, we all age around this bitch, then they throw you off, and it's like now you're just treated completely differently, which could be either very uncomfortable or oddly comforting. Because people can maybe start to see you as a human now and treat you like a regular person. Or, you know, you just miss the good old days or whatever. Yeah, or if you gain significant weight. So, it's such an interesting thing. They will treat you like a doll. It's like you always have to be perfect. God forbid you fuck up. God forbid you make a mistake. God forbid you do something that average people do. Now you're just terrible. Now you're just a villain. But also what comes with pretty privilege is the halo effect to where you could do no wrong. So it really just depends. It's such a double-edged sword, and it's just such an interesting thing that I would love to go into further, but I do want to take some questions. So if you guys did want to ask a question or my opinions on anything, go ahead and ask now. People do think you're automatically mean when you do have pretty privilege. I'm going to give you an example real quick. Yes, questions related to the discussion, please. Questions related to the topic. But people will think that you're automatically mean, and this is just something that happened to me recently. Recently, I went to, believe it or not, I was kind of a shy child. And I don't know, I kind of just really have to warm up to people in my environment. And if I'm not in an environment or in a setting where I know a few people, I'm not the type to do well that's actually, it's not a lie. It really just depends on my mood. But majority of the time, I would prefer to be in a more intimate setting than in a big party. And if I do go to like a big party, I feel like people label me as stuck up easily because, I mean, they don't know this because they're not in my head, but I'm uncomfortable. I'm uncomfortable because I'm not in an intimate setting. I don't know everybody here. I'm not the type, unless it's like my own party or someone I know personally's party or whatever, I'm not the type that's just finna bounce around the room and just start like little conversations with everybody. Like, I'm not that type naturally. I prefer to go to, even if it's like a big party or an intimate party, I'm the type to, you know, meet a few people and talk with that person for, like, have a good conversation with that person for hours or the whole time, like really delve in on that person. I don't find satisfaction in like bouncing around a room. That's just not my thing. So I don't really like parties for that reason. I don't like those settings for that reason. But because of that, I mean, and people don't know that about me, all of that. So because of that, and because of me having pretty privilege, they deem me and label me as stuck up because it's like, oh, like she here, she ain't talking to nobody. She just over there sitting down. She talked to one person and we don't know what the fuck her problem is. I don't have a problem. Bitch, I kind of want to go home. Okay? Because this is just not my type of vibe. Like, I'm a little, uncomfy. Dealing with imposter syndrome and how to find your pretty girl niche in it. Oh, this is a good question, Kyra. Good question. Dealing with okay, now what exactly is imposter syndrome? Is that when you get something and you feel like you don't deserve it? What is imposter syndrome. I would look it up, but y'all are on my phone. So can somebody tell me what that is really before I get into it, and how to find your pretty girl niche and individuality on social media? When it comes to finding your individuality, you feel unqualified for what you have. Oh, okay. Imposter syndrome, I'm not going to lie. Comparing yourself to others. Okay. Me personally, okay. No. Have I experienced imposter syndrome? Yes, I have. I'm going to keep it a buck. The only way I feel like I would feel imposter syndrome is I don't give myself certain things or access to certain things because I feel like I am not there yet for the bar I have set for myself. But for the standard I have set for myself. But with some of those standards, I do get those standards from what I see in other people's lives on social media, which is faulty. So maybe I do experience that. Yes, exactly. Like you're saying, Kyra, like on social media with the luxury lifestyle you have compared to others. Yes. Yeah. And when it comes to finding your pretty girl niche on social media, I honestly think there's no real niche. You honestly just have to be you. And you just have to let your personality shine, because at the end of the day, and your real personality, because you can act like somebody else all motherfucking day long, but you have to let you shine, because that's the only thing that's going to make you stand out is your personality, because your personality is different than everybody else. So you really have to just be comfortable with being yourself. Can you talk about feeling like you have to keep up with the attention you get for being pretty? Oh my God. Yes, I can. Yes, I can. Just feeling like you can't ever be imperfect. Yes, I can. I can talk about that. Now, this is something that I struggle with personally. Especially from recently getting you feel like you can never have a day off. It's actually sickening. Oh my God, I hate it. But especially with my quick gain in notoriety, I don't even consider myself a big influencer. I do not. I know there are much bigger influencers, but I mean, if we're keeping it a buck, combining all my platforms, I have like over 150,000. Not at one time, but I have over 150,000, over 160,000 eyes on me, watching what I'm doing, feeding into the lifestyle, feeding into me, feeding into my personality. And it's like, once you get to a level like that, it's like you kind of feel responsible to constantly feed it. And you kind of have the fear that if you don't feed it constantly, that it'll go away. Which is honestly, it's like putting yourself in a mental prison. Because even when you want to have a day off, or even when you want to take it easy and you do give yourself a day off, you almost feel guilty about it. Because it's like, damn, I feel like I should be making content right now. I feel like I need to be doing a get ready with me. I haven't posted a picture in a minute. I haven't da-da-da-da-da. Like, it's kind of hard to deal with, honestly. It's kind of hard to deal with. Like, when people put you on that high pedestal and put those labels on you and just feed into you and your life so much, and just all of those things, it's like you almost don't even, you can get into the mind frame of not even allowing yourself time to be human. Like, you're going to go through ebbs and flows. You're not going to want to be constantly outputting all the time. And it's a balance that I myself am trying to learn still. But it's definitely a balance. It's definitely a balance. Oh, it's expensive to keep up with. It's very expensive. Let me tell you something. This is always how you know who really got it and who don't. Okay? Because if they're keeping up with it, but then again, you don't know, because bitches be, I just found this out recently. Girls be going into credit, like major credit card debt to keep up with the lifestyle. That is just something that Leah Alexander will not be doing. Okay? I care about my life. I care about my finances. I'm not trying to go broke for a few likes, baby. Y'all gonna like it or leave it. Whatever I give you, you gonna eat what's on this damn plate, okay? I'm not doing all of that for content. I'm not doing all of that. I'm not doing that, okay? I'm not doing that. As I elevate, my lifestyle elevates, obviously, but I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that, babe. I'm sorry. And I'm not rushing it. I feel like before, I've definitely been in the mindset before where I tried to rush it, like rush getting into a certain lifestyle or rush certain things happening for me. But I realized just how detrimental that is to myself, because number one, I'm not even enjoying where I am. I'm constantly like trying to get to the next thing, which you should have goals, you should have things that you're moving towards, but there is no rush. And I feel like because we see so many people at the top of where they are on social media, or just what we see, we feel like we have to have it today. We feel like we have to have it tomorrow. We feel like we're behind. But you're not behind. You're not behind. There's no rush. You don't know what. First of all, you don't know whoever you looking at. You don't even know if what they got is real, number one. Number two, you don't know how they got it. You don't know what they had to do to get it. You don't know any of that. And I feel like if people knew the full stories of things, they would calm down. But honestly, nobody is even entitled to share all of that with you. But you just need to learn that it's not a rush. It's not a rush. You don't need to be in a rush. Like, just live your life. Ooh, your friend told you what? She said her friend told her to risk her rent money on supplies. Baby, no. I'm actually scared. Entrepreneur culture on social media has got the girls' minds twisted, sick and twisted. And I'm going to do an episode all about the truth behind, or the truth of entrepreneurship, the good, the bad, and the ugly. Because, I mean, there's great. And I made a TikTok about this, but people only show you the great. They're not entitled to show you the bad. Let's keep that in mind. They're not entitled to show you that. But I feel like you need to have in your mind and be mindful that it's not all peaches and cream. Because if you aren't aware of the fact that it's not all peaches and cream, then you're going to feel like that's what is right for you, or that's what you need to be doing, or that's what you need to make happen, when you don't even know if it's really a good fit for you, because you don't know everything that comes with it. Because nobody is telling you everything that comes with it. Because they just want the validation and the hand claps and shit like that. But okay, this is going to be my last question. Kyra is funny. She said, can we talk about the blue checks, honey? Are they always in the DMs of a pretty girl just chatting? Just chatting. Yeah. I mean, they don't. Yeah, they are. Do I ever feel like I have to come off extra nice just so people don't think that I'm conceited? Yeah. Yeah, but honestly, I don't care. I'm at the point in my life where I don't care if they think that I'm conceited. If you think I'm conceited, then that's just what you think. And yeah, I mean, if you think I'm conceited, then you think I'm conceited. Like, that's a you problem. I'm fine with me. That's pretty much the end of question time. So I hope that I was able to, answer y'all's questions, some of y'all's questions. But we're going to be doing Leahlations weekly, the live recording every Wednesday at 8 p.m. But to end it out, let's talk about girl things. Okay, so I'm going to let y'all know my faves of the week. So, I don't know if y'all like coffee. I'm not a big coffee girl. I really just don't like caffeine. I feel like it makes me so fucking jittery like a damn crackhead. So, what I like to drink is, this is the podcast, babe. I'm just filming it on live, but I have the microphone in front of me and the camera in front of me because they're each going on their own platforms as well. This is a tea, really, but it tastes like coffee, which is what I love. It doesn't taste like coffee in the caffeine sense, but it has that same, like, ooh, like I'm drinking a good cup. I need this every morning. It's dark. It's like a black tea, but it's chaga ashwagandha butterscotch cream tea. And this with some caramel creamer is so good. Oh, my God. Y'all got to get that. Y'all got to try it. And when you try it, let me know because I know you're going to love it. Now, number 2. Do y'all go to Trader Joe's? Is there a Trader Joe's in your area? If you do have a Trader Joe's, and if you are a Trader Hoe, like myself, then you need to get this candle. It's their salted caramel and pistachio candle. Now, the name really had me like, pistachio? I'll never really understand why they keep throwing pistachios and everything, especially desserts. I still to this day have not tasted a pistachio dessert because it just is so off-putting to me. But this candle smells so good. Like, y'all have to get this candle. It's just such a nice, it's not too sweet, but it is sweet. Sometimes candles that are too sweet give me a headache, but this one is really, really good. And they're so cheap too. I think it was like $4. I'm not sure. My favorite lipstick that I've been wearing for the last week, YSL sent me a PR. Oh, damn. Anyways, YSL sent me a PR package, and I'm so glad that they sent me every color of their candy glaze lipsticks because these have become my favorite lipsticks. It's literally lip gloss, but in a stick. Let me give y'all a little demo because I've been talking, so my lip gloss, or this is kind of gone, but this is the color number 13. I think it's called Rose. They don't have it on here, but it's the color number 13. And you literally just, it's a lip gloss, but it's in a stick and it's so convenient. I just love it. And the packaging is so cute. Like, it's just so girly. I love it. I love this so much. Oh, you want to see the tea? Yeah. This is a tea. It's by the brand Tea Chino. Thank you for joining me for Leahlations, and we'll be back next week with another topic.